This is Andrew Dobie. He might not look like your typical athlete, but this August he plans to run from London commuter town Harpenden to Edinburgh in Scotland, a 350-mile journey that will take just 3 weeks. Why is he running? Will he make it? Find out more on Run, Dobie Run. This August, Andrew Dobie is planning to run from his hometown Harpenden in Hertfordshire to Edinburgh in Scotland. We met up with Andrew to find out more about him and his run.
I was born in 1982 in Oxford, and I almost immediately moved to Harpenden in Hertfordshire, where I've lived ever since. I went to the Grove School to do my primary level education, and then went to John Law School after that to do GCSEs and A-levels. In 2005 I came to Cheltenham, to the University of Gloucestershire, to train to be a primary school teacher. In the summer of 1999 I was just about to start doing my GCSE exams. I came down with what was diagnosed at the time as growing pains by my GP. I got through my exams fine. Obviously I was in quite a lot of pain, very tired, but then in the summer of 2000 I was diagnosed with having ME, which had come about as a sort of reaction to having glandular fever. And this mix of glandular fever, along with other things like tonsillitis with the ME, carried on for 5 or 6 years until I was about sort of 23, 24, by which time I put on about 5 or 6 stone and went from being, you know, really sporty and relatively fit and representing my school at lots of sports and doing it outside of school as well, to not really being able to do anything and being quite overweight. And obviously from that, the resulting depression came, and it was probably the lowest ebb of my life. Ironically, this all turned around in May 2006 when my granddad died. He'd suffered from a lot of strokes, probably 5 or 6 in his life, and I wanted to celebrate his life by doing something I thought he'd be proud of. He'd been such an inspiration to me, sporting-wise, so I thought the best way to celebrate his life would be to do a sporting event. So the last New Year of 2008, I registered for the London 10K, which I did in July in around some of the landmarks of London. I beat my personal best for the 10K at the time and raised about £800 for charity. After that run, obviously, I felt great, and I thought, well, I need to go to the next level, but thousands of other people did that run with me, and I sort of felt like, you know, I wanted to do something on my own that I'd come up with myself. And because my granddad was originally born in Scotland, and obviously I live in Harpenden, I decided that I'd try and run from Harpenden to Edinburgh. In order to complete a run like this, obviously I've got specific training that I'm doing at the moment in order to get my body into a position to be able to do this run without seriously hurting myself. I go to the gym every weekday evening and run between 10 and 22 kilometres is the most I've done so far, which is about 50 minutes to 2 hours of running. The main point of this is to build my stamina up so that in terms of fitness, by the time I get to August, I've got the stamina, and then as we get closer I'll adapt my training to make my joints and muscles stronger to cope with the things that are going to get thrown at them. In the next few weeks I'm going to be upping my training so that I'm doing 30 kilometres a day in 3 lots of 10k, so 10k at first light, 10k at lunchtime and 10k in the evening. And this is really in order to start to simulate what I'm doing come August so that my body gets used to the daily routines that I'm going to be achieving.
Andrew is clearly confident, but we met up with some of his friends and family to get their thoughts.
No, just about 13 years since we were at school together.
I know Andrew from Sir John Law School in Year 7. I met Andrew and he asked me to be his best friend.
I know Andrew through a close acquaintance, Michael Gordon.
Andrew Dobie, I know you because you used to get the bus from near my house to school.
Just from generally round the pub.
I know Dobie from school.
I know Andrew through a friend. I've known him for a long time. I've known Andrew since 1996. We teamed up, we hooked up, joined forces to compete in the Harpenden Colts C team, affectionately nicknamed the Limes. So yes, football.
I think you're a very pleasant chap.
Nice guy, not a bad footballer.
I think you're a lovely fella.
I think you're a very nice man.
I think you're lovely and athletic and big and strong.
I think you're a very nice boy.
A sterling stand-up guy. Lovely.
Yeah, I heard about it the other day, and yeah, you're mental.
I thought, oh oh my god, he's crazy.
I thought you're going to need a lot of help to organise it.
I thought, wow, that's going to hurt.
Brave. Unbelievable, really. Unbelievably brave.
Yeah.
Bit crazy.
I think we're an idiot.
I think I remember laughing quite a lot until the point where you look like you're getting quite offended, in which case I stopped laughing and sort of smirked a bit. I didn't think it was serious at all.
To be honest, I thought it was utter stupidity. To be honest, I still think it's quite suicidal.
I thought it was a extreme challenge of immense proportions. And only one person would be capable of doing it, and that's you, Dobie.
Having seen the preparation and training that you've put into it, I think definitely you're going to do it, yeah.
You're the kind of bloke that once he puts his mind to something, always finishes it.
Yeah, why not, man? Put your mind to it.
Absolutely.
Of course you are.
Of course, yes,
Definitely.
yeah.
Yes. No, I'm not so sure actually. No, I think you can do it. If anyone can do it, you can do it.
I think the main difficulty is going to be tiredness, boredom, the mental problems of having to get up and know you've got to run for 3 or 4 hours a day, every day, for however long it takes. It's going to be really hard.
Coping with the fact you're going to be on your own for about 5 hours a day, just running, with an iPod. You know, it's not one of your strengths, I wouldn't have thought.
Your leg's not falling off. Yes, yeah, I can see that. Due to the wear of the road, your legs might wear away and fall off. Yeah. Leg erosion. Leg erosion, yes.
Distraction. In any way.
Mentally and psychologically, to keep focused and have the motivation to do it. That's going to be a difficulty to overcome that.
Well, the classic, the wall, probably. Every day. About 10 times, probably.
I think blisters are going to be quite a difficulty for you. Weather, but who knows? Yeah, because it rains all the time in Scotland.
Places to sleep.
If you're running to Scotland, it is all going to be uphill. You do realise that.
The main difficulty is going to be you not running from Scotland to Harpenden, but we're going to work on that, I think, try and change it.
We want a party.
Yeah, and we want the press
And
to
a
be
ribbon.
there, and a ribbon.
Definitely a ribbon.
And the blanket. Who's going to be there to supply you with
We've got a foil blanket.
Yeah, it's a full blanket, so it would be perfect. That would be the main difficulty.
Yeah, that's it.
Other than that, it'll be a walk in the park.
It's an amazing thing to take on. It'll be a superb achievement if you do it, which I'm sure you will, and we'll all be there to cheer you over the line at the finish.
The whole point of doing this run from London to Edinburgh really is to raise money for charity, the two charities being Stroke Association and Action for Children. I'm making a lot of effort to do the run myself, so obviously I would like you to make the effort yourselves by donating as much money as possible to my cause. I've set up some websites on Just Giving and elsewhere where you can go and donate, which I will put on my main website, which is www.rundobierun.co.uk, which is regularly updated with the charities and the donation pages, training for me and other information about my background, etc, etc. So whatever you can do, small or large, please get in touch with me via my website, which is www.rundobierun.co.uk, where you can find all my contact details, email addresses, phone numbers, that kind of thing, so you can get in touch, and I look forward to hearing from you.
So this is Andrew Dobie. Do you think he'll make it? Follow his progress on Run, Dobie Run.